I like to wait till it pops up. If
And you can unmute yourself.
There we go. We're recording.
You're all set, Mr. Clerk.
All right, I'd like to open the Contract Administration Board meeting for October 13th, 2021 at 4:05 p.m. I'd like to note for the record in attendance today is Andrew Joyce, Chairman of the Albany County Legislature, Daniel Lynch, Deputy County Executive, and Bruce Hidley, Albany County Clerk. I'd now like to entertain a motion to accept the minutes from September 20th of 2021.
This is Andrew Joyce. I'll make the motion.
Dan Lynch will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? The motion is carried. I'd like to note for the record that at the last meeting, we tabled the August 9th, 2021 CAB meeting minutes. That is still tabled until further notice. Is that okay with you, gentlemen? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So first on the agenda, we have the sheriff. We have contract number 6544. The department is the Sheriff's Department. The vendor is DCMC Construction. The estimated amount is $70,000. The estimated term is 10/1/21 through 12/1 of 2022. The scope of service, DCMC agrees to act as a consultant on the E911 construction project to ensure the project general contractor meet all the MBE and WBE requirements of a 15% participation rate. The fiscal impact on this is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions, and I please ask you to state your name for the record.
Hey, Mr. Clerk, this is Dan Lynch. Before the representative from the sheriff jumps on, there was a revised memorandum dated today, sent over by the Sheriff's Department. I don't know if that is what you were reading for. I think that you were reading from an old version of a memo.
You are
That's correct.
You are correct about that. I have the old one. I have the new agenda, but I did not get the new request for contract approval. So let me try this again. So it's contract number 6544. The department is the Sheriff's Department. The vendor is DCMC Construction. The scope of service will be DCMC agrees to act as a consultant on the E911 construction project to ensure the project's prime contractors meet the MBE and WBE requirements and the workforce diversity participation goals set forth in the project labor agreement. The estimated amount of $70,000. Once again, it's 100% county funded. Do I have it correct now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I now open the floor for comments or questions and request that you state your name for the record, please. Anything from the Sheriff's Department on this?
Chief Deputy, do you want to address?
Yes, sir. It's Lee Borman. Basically what this is an agreement for professional services contract with Norman Young DCMC Construction to assist us in meeting our PLA goals and making sure that all the reporting is done in a timely manner and forwarded to the Albany County Legislature and the Sheriff's Department. The PLA is a fairly complicated process and document, and we felt in the best interest of the county to hire a consultant to assist us in making sure that this goes well and we do meet our goals. There's been problems in the past with other projects, and we want to make sure we don't fall short. Thank you, sir.
Are there any other comments or questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
This is Dan Lynch. I will make a motion.
Andrew Joyce will second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? The contract is carried. Thank you, Chief Deputy. Next on the agenda is contract number 6590. The department is Emergency Telephone E911. The vendor is QA Laboratories. The estimated amount is $51,985. The estimated term is 10/1/21 through 12/31 of 22. The scope of services, the vendor will provide testing and special inspection services for the new E11/EOC construction project in Clarksville, New York. I'll have to, Dave, there's no funding amount on here for fiscal impact of county, state, or local, or federal. Is this a fully county funded project?
Yes, sir, it is.
It's coming out of the bond, right?
Yes, correct. It's coming out of the bond. We had budgeted for this in our project.
So the fiscal impact is 100% on the county then, correct?
Correct.
All righty. I now open the floor for comments or questions and ask that you please identify yourself.
Yes, sir. Lee Borman again. This is required by the New York State building codes that we're mandated to have a third party inspector to do special types of inspections. The bids were sent out. We received 3 bids. This was the lowest bidder. We feel it's a fairly conservative figure. We'll probably come in under that amount. But this was a requirement by New York State that we do this.
Any further comments?
As we stated, we had budgeted for this previously in the bond.
Okay. Any further comments or questions? Just for the record, we have to note that on the request for contract approval that the fiscal impact will be 100% county funded.
Duly noted, Mr. Clerk.
Thank you so much. I now entertain a motion.
This is Andrew Joyce. I'll make the motion.
Dan Lynch will second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Carried. Thank you, Chief Deputy.
Thank you, everyone.
Next on the agenda is contract number 6545. The department is the correctional facility. The vendor is Powder DMS Inc. The estimated amount is $21,878. The estimated term is 8/16/21 through 8/15/22. The scope of service is the annual subscription renewal for Powder DMS software, W/730 license manuals, and accreditations. It is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions, and please identify yourself for the record.
Hi, Tina Simmons. And this is this is a service that we need to have for our training database. It's a platform managing the policies, training, and accreditation for the correction and the sheriff's side. The annual subscription is $21,878.
Any further comments or questions? Entertain a motion, please.
Dan Lynch will make a motion.
Andrew Joyce, second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is contract number 6583. The department is the county clerk's office. The vendor is InfoQuick Solutions Incorporated. The estimated amount is $60,000. The estimated term is 9/28/2021 through 9/28/2022. The scope of service to renew the contract number 4968 of 2019 to allow us to expand our current digital imaging of mortgages, deeds that are back to 1954, and adding an additional 10 years of records online. It's 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions, and I'm going to turn this over to Geraldine Gould, who's the Executive Deputy County Clerk, for explanation.
Hi, good afternoon. We are, as Bruce said, expanding our images online to avoid walkthrough for the people coming into the office. This allowed everybody during the pandemic to look up their mortgages and deeds online without having to come to the office. So every year we've been trying diligently to add at least another 10 years of records so that they can do it online without coming in.
Any other comments or questions for Geraldine? I'll entertain a motion.
This is Andrew Joyce. I'll make the motion.
Dan Lynch, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And one abstention by myself. Next on the agenda is contract number 6536. The department is Public Works. The estimated term is 2 years, 11/1/21 through 11/1/23. The estimated amount is $94,160. The scope of services will be SVE monitoring and groundwater sampling of soil. The fiscal impact is 100% to the county. I now open floor for comments or questions and ask that you identify yourself for the record.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Hi, it's Lisa Raimondo. We have Labella on contract. They designed and installed a soil vapor extraction system to remediate a fuel leak issue that we had at our Voorheesville main office. The system is fully installed and operational. It's been in for about a year. The design engineers have determined that the system is working and doing the job that needs to, be done. That said, they don't know exactly how much longer it's going to take to completely remediate the area. They think it's going to be less than 2 years. So at this time, I'm asking for the ability to enter into a contract for up to 2 years with Labella to do continued monitoring, reporting to the DEC, and closing out the contract. The yearly amount is $47,080. The 2-year amount is double that, $94,160.
Any other comments or questions for the commissioner? Like to entertain a motion?
Dan Lynch, make a motion.
Andrew Joyce, second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? The contract is carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 6591. Department is Highways. The vendor is Peckham Road Corporation. The estimated term is 11/1/2021 through 12/31/2021. A scope of service full depth reclamation with emulsion of approximately 3,100 feet of CR11 on Cass Hill Road. And this is 100% state funded. And I'll open the floor for comments or questions.
Hi, yes. We would like to have Peckham do full depth reclamation on about 3,000 feet along County Route 11. They would go in and mill about 8 inches of the base course and inject an emulsifier into it and create a new base to accept our top asphalt top course. The contract is not to exceed $89,069.77.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Andrew Joyce, I'll make the motion.
Dan Lynch will second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 6563. Department is Aging. The vendor is, the estimated amount is $86,775. The estimated term is 1/1/2022 through 12/31/2022. The scope of service, the contractor shall provide congregate meals to eligible older adults in Albany County at their one-site congregate site, senior citizens of Green Island, and the Albany Jewish Community Center. It is 10% county funded. It is 90% federal funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions, and please identify yourself.
Yes, good afternoon to the committee. This is Pat Dillon. I'm the contract administrator for the Department for Aging. We are bringing these 2 contracts to you today. These are our congregate meal providers. The Department for Aging issued a RFP back in June of 2021, and with that, we received 6 proposals from providers. They were reviewed, scored, and awarded. The Albany Jewish Community Center was awarded 3,750 meals, and Green Island senior citizens were awarded 4,500 meals. So these are two of our providers. We have a total of 6 that we were awarded. 3 went to our elder care committee that will be they'll be being reviewed by the legislature next month. And then 1 was a county executive approval.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
This is Dan Lynch. I will make the motion.
Andrew Joyce, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Contract is carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 6556. Department is Aging. The estimated term is 1/1/2022 through 12/31 of 2022. The estimated amount is $145,576. Scope of services: the contractor shall provide service to Albany County caregivers of older adults aged 60 years and older and grandparents caring for a child. Now, this is broken down into 2 fiscal funding. The county is going to pick up 25% of this, and the federal government is going to pick up 75% of this. I open the floor for comments or questions.
Again, it's Patrick Dillon from the Department for Aging. These are our 3E caregiver contracts that are, all 4 of them are renewals. They are, the contractors are Catholic Charities, Community Caregivers, Life Path, and the Town of Colony. And they will, each contractor will provide services to our caregivers in Albany County in an array of different services, from information and services to public information. They'll also be doing counseling, support groups, respite care for caregivers, caregiver case assistance, as well as grandparents raising grandchildren information and assistance. Again, these are the 4 of them are renewals.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
This is Andrew Joyce, I'll make the motion.
Dan Lynch will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstention? Motion is carried. Thank you. Next on the agenda is contract number 6560. Department is Aging. The vendor is Legal Aid Society of Northeastern New York. The estimate is $45,000. The estimated term is 1/1/2022 through 12/31 of 2022. Scope of services: the contractor shall provide legal advice, advocacy, counseling, and representation to targeted Albany County older adults 60 years and older. In addition, services include community education and outreach older adults concerning legal issues. Again, this is broken down into 2 fiscal fundings, 10% for the county and 90% for the federal government. I now open the floor for comments and questions.
Yes, Legal Aid Society of Northeastern New York is our one and only legal provider. Like you said, it provides legal advice, advocacy, and counseling and representation to our older adults in Albany County. After speaking with Legal Aid, just to give you an idea or a little bit of information, their top 5 issues that they're dealing with as far as legal issues in the community are number one is wills and estates. 2 is their housing issues, landlord-tenant issues. 3 is consumer, debt collection, contracting problems, public utility issues. 4 is family issues such as divorce, adult guardian, and support. And 5 is across the board. It's a tie of Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid issues. This contract is a renewal, and it roughly serves a little over 200 older adults in Albany County.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
This is Dan Lynch. I will make the motion.
Andrew Joyce, second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Contract is carried. Next on the agenda is contract 6561. Department is Aging. Vendor is Community Caregivers, Inc. The estimated amount is $22,800. The estimated term is 1/1/2022 through 12/31 of 2022. The scope of service: the contractor shall provide in-home contact and support services for isolated homebound older adults 60 years and older in Albany County. Services include friendly visiting to provide socialization, shopping, assistance, and telephone assurance counseling. I'd like to again note that this fiscal impact is 10% to the county and 90% to the federal government. And I want to apologize. I thought I had my phone shut off, and I did not. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
It's again, Pat Dillon from Department for Aging. This Community Caregivers is our only in-home contact and support provider. This is going to be the last year of a 3-year renewal cycle. We'll be RFPing this next year. They, like said, handle our shopping assistance, friendly visiting, and telephone assurance services to our older adults in Albany County. And this contract kind of has a twofold, it's a positive and twofold, because while providing these services, they also have the opportunity to observe circumstances of older adults and follow up on their well-being.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Andrew Joyce, I'll make the motion.
Dan Lynch will second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? The contract is carried. Next on the agenda is contract number 6562. The Department is Aging. The vendor's Life Path. The estimated amount is $33,617. The estimated terms 1/1/2022 through 12/31 of 2022. The scope of service: the contractor shall deliver the health insurance information counseling and assistance program and provide outreach, access, education, and assistance to individuals who are 65 years and older and or disabled regarding Medicare, New York State EPIC, and other insurance programs. This program is 100% federally funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Pat Dillon, the Department for Aging. Yes, our high cap contract is with LifePath. And what LifePath has is they have a certified high cap coordinator that's licensed to counsel, assist older adults in Albany County on their Medicare, prescription drug, and supplemental programs. And what they have coming up is on October 15th to March 31st, they have their open enrollment coming up. So their calls are going to be increasing during this time frame. And so they're telling us that roughly last year, they serviced about 1,600 seniors in Albany County. This year, they anticipate that to go up over 2,000 to 2,400 seniors.
Any other comments or questions? I'd like to entertain a motion.
One more comment about it is that in addition to this contract, we also have a high cap coordinator on staff here in the Department for Aging. So any more difficult cases that either come through our New York Connects line, or if they're transferred over from LifePath because they can't handle it, we have a coordinator. Her name is Sandy Martin, and Sandy handles all these difficult cases that take a lot of time and more manpower. So she takes them from beginning to end and makes sure that the senior issues are resolved.
Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
This is Dan Lynch. I will make the motion.
Andrew Joyce will second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Your motion is carried. And, I'd just like to say thank you for all the work that you do for our Albany County aging residents that we have. These are some great programs. I'm just glad that, at my age that I don't need your services yet, but who knows, someday I might.
Well, thank you very much, the committee.
Contract number 6571, Department is Preventative Assistance Program. Vendors LaSalle School, the estimated amount is $50,000. The estimated term is 1/1/2022 to through 12/31 of 2022. The scope of service and provision of predispositional placement for PINS youth males. The contractual agreement is a daily per diem rate of $447, not to exceed $50,000. Now, this fiscal impact is broken down into 3 categories. The county will pick up 23%, the state will pick up 37%, and the federal government will pick up 40% of the cost of this program. I now open the floor for comments or questions, and please identify yourself for the record.
Hi, this is Nicole Ward from the Department for Children, Youth, and Families. I'm the Deputy Commissioner. The department is requesting to contract with LaSalle. This is a renewal for dispositional placement for male PINS youth after all other avenues are exhausted. This is for youth that there is a risk of flight before their court appearance, and it is very limited. We have 3 days that we can place a youth with an extension of 6 days.
Okay. Any other comments or questions for Nicole? Entertain a motion.
This is Andrew Joyce. I'll make the motion.
Dan Lynch will second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? The contract is carried. Contract number 6572. We have the vendor is St. Anne Institute. The estimated amount is $50,000. The estimated term is 1/1/2022 through 12/31 of 2022. The scope of service, the provision of predispositional placement for PINS youth. This one is for the females. The contractual agreement is a daily per diem rate of $447, not to exceed $50,000. And once again, the fiscal impact for this one is the same as before. The county will be 23%, the state 37%, and the federal government will pick up 40% of this program. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
This is the same program that we offered at LaSalle, except this one is St. Anne's for females. So the same thing, any PINS youth that are could possibly be placed if there is a flight risk of not attending court.
Any further comments or questions? Entertain a motion, please.
This is Dan Lynch. I'll make the motion.
Andrew Joyce will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Your contract is carried. Next on the agenda is contract 6573. The department is Preventative Assistant Program. The vendor is St. Anne Institute. The estimated amount is $70,000. The estimated term is 1/1/2022 through 12/31/2022. The scope of service is ongoing respite service to children who are suffering from a serious emotional disturbance and their families who are in need of relief from multiple stressors that may present within their family unit. And again, the fiscal impact of this is broken down into three categories. The county will be 23%, the state 37%, and the federal government of 40%. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
So this is also a renewal with St. Anne's, the respite program. Our goal is always to keep these youth with family or their parents. Sometimes these families don't have babysitters or support to take these children. So St. Anne's would offer respite for these children. It's a 3-hour minimum, but they would do things such as taking kids bowling or offer counseling, any support that the family needs to be able to alleviate any crisis with this child.
Okay. Any other comments or questions? Entertain a motion.
Andrew Joyce, I'll make the motion.
Dan Lynch will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Your contract is carried. Nicole, thank you for all you do.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Next on the agenda is contract number 6551. Department is Real Property Tax Service. The vendor is Environmental Systems Research Institute Incorporated. The estimated amount is $32,340. The estimated term is 10/15/2021 through 12/31 of 2022. The scope of service of the contract includes 80 hours of consulting services and 2 training classes. A detailed scope of service of consulting service, training class descriptions, and itemized quotation are available upon request. This is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions, and please give us your name for the record.
Good afternoon, everybody. Michael McGuire, officer of my Real Property Tax Service Agency. This is a contract to support our switch in our tax mapping from AutoCAD to ArcGIS. We're looking to modernize our services, provide an update, and ensure that we can actually carry this migration from AutoCAD to GIS over in-house.
Any other questions or comments? Entertain a motion.
Dan Lynch will make the motion.
Andrew Joyce will second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Your contract is carried. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is contract 6454. Department is Building Services. The vendor is Landmark Flooring Concepts, Inc. The estimated amount is $38,958. The estimated term is 11/1/2021 through 10/31 of 2022. The scope of service to provide and install new carpet tiles for the 5th floor at the Shaker Place Nursing Home. The the fiscal impact is 100% county. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Good evening. This is Commissioner Latino, Albany County Department of General Services. We issued an RFQ off the mini bid for New York State contract for carpeting. Landmark was the lowest responsive bidder at $38,958.11. This is for the rehabilitation of the 5th floor of the nursing home to do some restacking for county employees.
Okay. Any other comments or questions for the commissioner? Entertain a motion.
Andrew Joyce, I'll make the motion.
Dan Lynch, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Your motion is carried. And the final agenda item today is contract number 6589. Department is Building Services. The vendor is Rise Engineering. The estimated amount is $76,719. The estimated term is 12/1/2021 through 6/30 of 2023. The scope of services utilizing National Grid's SBC Incentives Program, all office lighting at the Board of Election, the Hall of Records, and the Albany County Resource Center, which will be changed to LED lighting. This is 100% county funded. I now open the floor for comments or questions.
Yes, we're actually going to pull this one. We had some controversy between Rise Engineering and Niagara Mohawk over the pricing. We will be resubmitting this next month.
Okay, so for the record, Commissioner Latina has requested that contract number 6589 be removed and pulled from the agenda for this meeting. I'll entertain a motion on that.
Yes, this is Dan Lynch. Based upon the commissioner's statement, we will, I'll make a motion to rescind from this agenda.
Andrew Joyce will second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? Your rescission has been taken into consideration and passed.
Thank you.
So at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn the Contract Administration Board meeting at 4:35 p.m.
This is Andrew Joyce. I'll make the motion.
Dan Lynch will second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstention? The motion is carried. Our Contract Administration Board meeting for October 13th, 2021 is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Dan,
Thank you.
Dan, you're going to take care of business?
Yes, they've all been signed, clerk.
Thank you so much. Have a great
Thank
night,
you.
everybody.
Bye.